Good evening. This is part 8 of the consequences of being unprotected. Jealousy. Black women are picked at and are placed under absolute scrutiny for just about anything and everything. Any and everything from being and having beauty and presence like no other. And oh Lord, for being educated. This and pretty much anything that describes black women sparks a very nasty response. And that response is jealousy. Like non-black women, black men also harbor serious forms of jealousy and resentment towards black women. Like self-love, black women exercising any level of independence and placing herself first is also viewed as self-centered, selfish, and it brings about ongoing attacks. Then the black woman is accused of being apathetic toward others, when all black women is doing is what everybody else has been allowed to do, which is live their lives and do so on their own terms and not subscribing to what anybody else has to say about it. Not going along with the dictates. Black men are quick to call black women females and women with attitudes. Black women are not allowed to do anything for herself, let the world tell it. She gets labeled as a nasty, angry black woman for doing so. White and other non-women have long used their tears as weapons against black women. If a black woman speaks up for herself against a white woman or other women, white woman comes out with the tears and the black woman is labeled the villain. Never mind the fact that she's defending herself, speaking up and standing up for herself. None of that matters. It doesn't matter at all where the white woman and other women are concerned. The black woman is always going to be viewed as the aggressor. Even when white and other women are the aggressor. Tends to be the aggressor, but still it's the black woman that gets the label. Black women will get blamed, and the blame will rest on the shoulders and the backs of black women. The black woman is independent by force, as she is still denied her femininity. So her being independent is a necessity, not one of choice. The black woman's independence. It's all about survival. Like they say, survival to the fittest, so to speak. Well, the black woman is exercising her right. It's her choice. So it's all about survival. It's not much for anything else, except for protection, as black women is, and forever without it. The angry black woman stereotype is nothing more than a mean-spirited tool in gaslighting. It's a major gaslighting technique that's used on black women to convince her, it's through injurious head games and psychological warfare. All of this is put on the mind of the black woman. Case in point, black women being successful. Kylie Jenner used to be friends with Rihanna. They followed each other on the gram. But when Rihanna launched Fenty Beauty, when it dropped, Kylie unfriended her. She unfollowed her. She unfollowed Rihanna on Instagram when Fenty dropped. Fenty Beauty, when she dropped her stuff, oh yeah, her line got dropped, she got unfriended. So much for friends, right? This wasn't long after that Maria Sharapova, who released her, the tennis player, who released her little nasty memoir where she painted Serena in her role of a jealous, begrudging contender. Really? Serena, as in Serena Williams, one of the most decorated athletes in history? Oh, but she's supposed to be jealous of this broad. So, this is what, according to Sharonda J. Browns of the Black Youth Project, noted this. This vein of frailty, that these white women, other women, and black men have, it's a modus operandi, MO, for white womanhood. It was that way yesterday, it's that way today, and it'll be that way tomorrow. According to Sharonda, in her experience, white women tend to be divorced from reality when black women are winning. Oh yeah, because see, since the white woman is viewed as the blueprint, since she's viewed as the architect, foundation, if you will. Oh no, nothing's supposed to be above the white woman, because the white woman is the standard. So this is why they just come unglued and be divorced of reality when it comes to black women winning, because they just cannot cope with, deal with, and accept the fact that it happens. While the incident between Kylie Jenner and one with Maria Sharapova they're quite different, but their muted aggression is the same. It's quite representative. Such aggression, which black women is all too familiar with experiencing it, from white women in particular. For white women, it's for white women, it's by white women, and on behalf of white women, this aggression. And it's all flanked by those who uphold white womanhood as the beacon of innocence and worthiness. This kind of dog whistle aggression is hardly viewed as an aggression at all by most people who are not accustomed to experiencing it, except for the black woman, of course. We know this story quite well. Oh yes, indeed. There is a BS stereotype about the angry black woman also. But the white women are the ones who are always pissed off. They're the ones that stay mad, but yet we're the ones that get labeled. Funny how that works. At the root of this aggression is the misogynoir, insisting that black women are not allowed to prosper. Oh no, we're supposed to stay in our place, so to speak. And that we certainly are not allowed to prosper peacefully. This is all in part of that prosperity, success, and all the accoutrements is not supposed to be a part of the black woman's place. Our prosperity is a threat to white women, and their white womanhood itself is defined through and predicated on its participation and complicity in the subjugation of black women. Oh yeah. There's the strong belief that any love, success, and happiness that black women may obtain in and throughout her life, other women, white women especially, and the black man, they'll go and attack. They'll hurl insults, slurs, and vitriol at black women, as if her accomplishments are something that she took from them. Oh yeah, it goes back to black women having long hair. You have other women act like they have the copyright on it. So to put it just to be straight, to put this in layman terms, white women hate and despise and detest losing to black women. But not necessarily losing in, say, the way that Maria Sharapova lost to Serena. She lost 18 times, by the way, on that tennis court. And her losing is having only peripheral attention and recognition that the shadow of the black woman, or even simply having to share the spotlight. White supremacy and misogynoir together allows the culture for such white women like Sharapova can have a total lack of self-awareness. Don't even give a damn. And just cannot come to terms. Cannot accept and deal with her own mediocrity. Now, in spite of her memoir outlining Serena Williams' quote-unquote jealousy, Serena Williams is one of the world's greatest athletes. And this Sharapova, she lost to Williams God knows how many times. many times. About 18 times to be exact. And she benefits from the ugly misogynoir and vitriol aimed at Serena. Even though this girl was taking banned performance enhancement drugs, she still lost to Serena. She still lost. She lost last year at the Australian Open. Yet in her memoir, she depicts Williams as the one consumed by feelings of inferiority and animus. It's kind of odd when she lost and kept losing and stayed losing. You would have to be pretty pathetic to lose a match despite taking performance enhancement drugs, and you still lost? That's bad. That's bad. To take performance enhancement drugs and you still lose. Then she goes on to say how she thinks Serena hated her for being the skinny kid who beat her against all odds at Wimbledon. She beat Serena when? Let's keep in mind here, she lost to Serena around 18 times. And she was using performance enhancement drugs. Like I said before, I just want to reiterate that again. Then she goes to say that she thinks Serena hated her for taking something that she believed belonged to her. Really? Like what? Then she goes on to say that she thinks that Serena hated her for seeing her, because Serena was for her seeing Serena, at her lowest moment. What this broad doesn't get is that she lost to Serena repeatedly with drugs in her system. Now that's a low point, if you ask me. But mostly I think she hated me for hearing her cry. She's never forgiven me for it. Sharapova, she's really on one. Child, please. When white women do nothing but use their tears as weapons against black women, the presumed innocence and delicacy of her thin, blonde, white femininity is property to which Williams can never lay claim. And Sharapova knows this. That's why she exploits it. More insidious than her attempt to frame Williams as a begrudging rival is her intentionality in painting Williams as a towering, threatening monstrosity. Really? Have you guys seen what Sharapova look like? She gonna sit there and paint Serena as this monstrosity. Never mind the fact that Sharapova, she stands at 6'2", while Serena, the quote-unquote monstrosity, comes in at a small yet feminine appearance at a womanly 5'9" frame. Yet, here we go. Another example of the femininity of the black woman being under attack. When she is more man-like than Serena, yet no one drags her for her nasty vitriol that she hurls towards Serena, a black woman. Nobody says nothing. No, it's okay. But see, that jealousy, ladies, it's real. But you know what? It's their jealousy, not ours. So you know what we must do? Stay winning. Keep winning. And let them eat sour grapes. Let them kick rocks. Not our problem. If you like this video, please share, like, and subscribe. You guys have a great evening.